Alrighty, let's get started here. I got the game all popped up. Mute this audio. And hopefully this shouldn't blast out your eardrums, but once I click on this, we'll get going. I was contemplating just continuing the game that I started roughly just to get the screenshots, but I figure we'll do a new one. It'll also do the starting cinematic, I think. Hopefully. But that'll give everyone that hasn't played the game the backstory.
For 500 years, the Calradian Empire dominated the continent. Its armies scattered foes before them. The strongholds of proud tribes crumbled beneath its engines of war. From the forests of the north to the wastes of the south, all was brought beneath the standard of their legions. Brutal as the conquest was, the wise agreed that it brought peace. The land, now untroubled by armies, grew rich. But empires, like men, grow old. Leaders lose a common cause. Corruption spreads. Old enemies learn the Empire's tricks and devise new ones of their own. Until one day, the bonds holding the Empire snap. Then comes the Civil War, pitting all against all. A time of hatred. A time of suffering. But also, even in the worst hours, a time of courage and defiance. As new leaders arise, from new places and new peoples, to turn back the tides of destruction and bring forth a new world. From the ashes of the old.
Now we're in the character creator. So each race has bonuses. The basics of it, so the Nords are obviously structured around the Scandinavian countries. The Valandians, I have a mod enabled to change some of their stuff to make it more in line with what a lot of people expected they'd be. So the mod changes them from like old, like 10th century Normans to more like 12th century knights and stuff. The more what you would expect. The Empire is structured around Rome, so they have the legions, the cataphracts, stuff like that. The Aserai, the Arabia. The Khuzaits is the steppe, the Mongol steppe. And then the Battanians is like the Scottish and the Irish. Kind of the more Highlands type deal. And they each have their own draw. But I have found for the most use for early to mid game, the Nords and Valandians kind of come into a more, how would you say it, meta role. Because like these guys, recruiting and upgrading infantry is 25% cheaper, and armies lose less cohesion. So that when is a thing that'll come in later. For how we siege cities and stuff, you can rally a bunch of lords and stuff to your banner using influence, which you earn through being a lord and working with being under oath to a kingdom, or being a king yourself. And the cohesion is how long you can keep that army going, because obviously you can't just have a band of like 2,000 dudes running around when everybody's like the largest armies you can see one person get on like the highest end is like 200 guys. So that's how they balance that out. The Valandians have a bit more of a niche, where we get 5% more renown from battles, which may not seem like a lot, but renown comes into the clan structure of the game, and that'll really help us down the line with getting our clan upgraded faster. And then you also get more income while serving as a mercenary, which is something I do quite frequently, being a sellsword, because it's easy to get into fights, and it's very easy to make money doing that. And then plus you get 10% production bonus to villages that are bound to a castle, which if you pledge an oath to a kingdom, you're pretty much the first thing they're going to give you is a castle. Like, that's the easiest thing for you to siege in one of the wars that they go to in the first, like, beginning of it. Because cities are tough nut to crack. Like, you're going to be there for a while. And so that kind of helps you in the, like I said, early to mid-game. These guys are definitely early to mid-game, but the 20% more relationship penalty from kingdom decisions is definitely gonna hurt you trying to build relations with people when you're in a kingdom, because when you're trying to pass laws and stuff, that's gonna make people hate you a lot more. Just like recruiting lords to armies costs 20% more influence, so it's harder for you to get an army put together. The Empire, you pay your guys 20% less if you put them in a garrison of like your town or your castles. And then being in an army, which means you either commanding it or just being in the army commanded by another individual, you're getting 25% more influence. Which is another thing that this is more mid to late game, where you have a lot of guys defending your castles and towns, so you don't have to pay them as much. And this is mid to late game. So they're both mid to late game. They don't really help you in the early game at all. But it's really good for the long haul. But Village Hearths, which is one of the things that determines how prosperous a village is, you get it will increase it 20%. It's 20% slower. The Aserai, being pretty much the merchants of Calradia, we get cheaper to build caravans, which make us money. You can go into towns and form a caravan there, and they'll buy goods from the town and go sell it elsewhere, and then you make the money. And you don't have to be the one doing the trading. So those are cheaper to build, which is nice because they cost like 1,500 gold to make one, which is quite a bit of money. And then you get 10% less trade penalty, which is pretty much you're avoiding 10% of the tariff, because everybody takes their cut. And then you get no speed penalty on desert, which is not a big a deal as like the Botanians one. The Botanians have a way better one, because the desert's only like the very bottom of the map, and you only go down there if you're planning on sieging the Aserai, which is already not very hard to do. And then daily wages of troops, so you have to pay your guys more, which I would argue is kind of balanced out by the caravans, but like late game, the daily wages of troops in your party, you're going to be paying a small fortune to those guys. Then the Khuzaits, recruiting and upgrading mounted troops is 10% cheap, 10% cheaper. So you have to pay less gold to upgrade them, which is another thing. Every time you progress your guys and level them up, you have to pay money for them to afford the equipment for their new role. And that's a pretty big deal for mounted troops because they're the most expensive form of unit you can have. Because you have to have the horse to turn infantry into cavalry. And then 25% bonus production to horse, mule, cow, and sheep in villages owned by Khozate rulers. And then 20% less tax from towns. Which this is kind of a big deal and kind of not a big deal. Late game, it's really gonna suck, because, I mean, towns can make you a lot of money if you own them. But at the same time, it's the tax, which, honestly, you kind of, at a certain point, you're just kind of hemorrhaging money. Like, that's a lot of what the game is being an effective enough fighting force, or smart enough in the early game to set up enough workshops and caravans so that you're making enough money to not be hemorrhaging it all the time. And then, we've got the Battanians. In these, being the Highlanders, you have a 50% less speed penalty, which is massive, and plus 15% sight range bonus in forests, which is also a pretty big deal because forests are everywhere. Like, it's not like the Aserai, which is just the desert. Like, this is a universal 50% less speed penalty. So you just go faster in general. And then towns owned by Battanians get +1 militia production, which, if you're not going to put a garrison, you get a militia that defends the town, which is pretty much just like cannon fodder for defending. You can kind of have these guys, but you get 10% slower build rate. So I normally go with the Valandians, just because I prefer their play style. With, they have some of the best cavalry, and cavalry can be absolutely key in larger battles, and can pretty much just make all of the early game guys that you're fighting, like all the early units you're fighting against, like looters and raiders and stuff like that, pretty much obsolete, because your cavalry line will just shatter into them, or just run into them and kill a bunch of them before they can even hit your archers and infantry. So these guys are normally what I rock with. If not them, I normally go Nords, just because the infantry is like the backbone of your army. They're your all-rounder guys. So. And then we are going to stay male. Let's see, what can we get for a face? I normally just random roll it till I find one I like. That's not too bad. Hair. Get a bit more scraggly, and then get a more Central European looking beard. So something like these. No. Yeah, and then black. And then this is where we get our starting skill points. This is kind of how you specialize. So if you choose each one you choose, you get a point in something different. We are definitely going to want riding and polearm. We want riding, polearm, athleticism, and charm. Because charm makes it really easy to convince lords to give you cool stuff. Athleticism means that armor's not going to be as much of an absolute pain to move around in. And riding and polearms is because being mounted cavalry is like the best chance you have. So that, and then what can we get here? That's throwing. It's not a bad idea to have bow. Like all village children, you also helped out in the fields. You also... We did not herd sheep. We didn't... Or maybe we herded sheep. Repair projects? No. Gathered herbs. That'd give us medicine. Which is nice. It also gives us scouting, which is also pretty nice. Hunted small game. Tactics is another nice one. Sold produce in the market. Charm is a... Trade and charm are pretty massive. As a youngster growing up in Calradia, war was never too far away. You served as a baron's groom. And that'll give us tactics and stewardship. This is a pain to level up. Because it's pretty much only able to be leveled up in the mid-game once you actually have like a castle or a town. And you run as an administrative role. Trained in the cavalry, which will give us another massive bonus here. Stood with the guard. Or stood guard with the garrison. Rode with the scouts. Not exactly what we want. Trained with the infantry. I'm not totally against that. Either that or this, and I like this more. Before you set out in life, out for life as an adventurer, your biggest achievement was you defeated an enemy in battle. So that gives us, now we're getting this stuff, Valor and Renown. Valor is pretty much like a personal thing. I think. I can't remember. But I know Renown is a huge deal for your clan. Which is a big deal because, you do get old and die in this game. Which is a pretty, important thing to take into account due to the fact that if you die and you didn't marry or do anything like that, like you didn't find a wife or anything, that's it. You're over. Your lineage is done. Everything you built up, you could conquer the whole world and it all go into disarray immediately again because the emperor just died. And effectively, you just caused the second collapse. So, this is a big deal. You want to get your clan and stuff leveled up. I'm not against that, because one-handed and two-handed are awesome. That's not too bad. You treated people well. I think I want to go with this, just so we have points in all of the, melee weapons. Like many families in Calradia, your life was upended by war. Your home was ravaged by the passage of army after army. Eventually you sold your property and set off with your father, mother, brother, and your two younger siblings to a new town you've heard was safer. But you did not make it. Along the way, the inn at which you were staying was attacked by raiders. Your parents were slain and your two youngest siblings seized. But you and your brother survived because we can either subdue a raider, which it gives us a huge bonus to one-handed in athletics, which is very appealing. Drove them off with arrows, less appealing. I guess we get tactics, but you rode off on a fast horse, so we just completely ran away. We tricked the raiders, also not great. Or you organized the travelers to break out, which gives us leadership, which is another nice one, and more charm. Or we can subdue a raider, which I kind of like. And then we'll name him Wolfgang. And there. I don't want to punish myself too badly. Whoa. So we either get... Yeah, let's do easy. persuasion, realistic, map movement. I'll do that just because it gets annoying. And I'm gonna leave that on because, or that way, mainly because I have done it a couple times with that on, and pretty much a lot of important people that are pretty much key players and everything just gets just slaughtered, because if everybody's continuously fighting all the time, the RNG is continuously rolling and people are just dying back to back. It's great for realism, but it kind of... I'm just gonna leave it that way. Alright. Oh, all looks good. Let's start the game.
Brother, it's been 3 days now we've been tracking those bastards. I think we're getting close. We need to think about what happens when we catch them. How are we going to rescue our brother and sister? Are we up for a fight? This looks like an old training field for the legions. Perhaps we can spare some time and brush up on our skills. The practice could come in handy when we catch up with the raiders.
I guess I'll run the tutorial just so that everyone can get a basic understanding of how everything
Let's go on
works.
then.
So that's the... We'll do melee tutorial first. I wanted a two-handed. Overhead strikes kind of... Stabbing, if you have a sword, is possible, but if you want to do the most, you're pretty much gonna want to do slash. Unless the weapon you have is made for stab damage. So we've got that. Advanced melee training. We can go... I just want to run the basics. We'll run the bow. This is a long bow. It's pretty much... This is all archery is. You do have projectile drop. But on longbows, it's not too bad. Crossbows, it's not too bad, but on short bows, it's very noticeable. But for most short bows, if you're running a short, like a hunting bow, most of the time you're doing it for the sake of running it on horseback, which is like the most broken strategy. It worked for the Mongols for a reason. And then we can do horse combat. So this, might as well show this off. So this is the short bow. It's far smaller than the one we were just on.
You're dead!
And this... Wow, I'm terrible at this. You can tell the thing gets bigger. So you kind of just want to get it, and then let it go. It's pretty much your shtick. Although if I had better archery skills, I would be able to hold that on target way better. Of course, your skills are pretty much everything. With any game that has skills, it's a pretty big deal that you use them. And is this it? Oh no. So yeah, horse archery is kind of broken if you can get like a really nice short bow, because they don't do a lot of damage. I mean, you can get them to do a ton of damage if you're going really fast, but that's kind of like, this is the other issue, is you run into you can't aim to that side, you can aim to this side. So that's... You do want to keep in mind, like, what side you're getting ready on. Because if you can ride around and hold a circle on this side of you, you're going to be able to really get on it. Whereas if you're trying to pull that side, it doesn't work. But you can shoot pretty much behind you if you're shooting this side. And then... spear training. So yeah. There is couch lance, or like getting the if you had an actual lance, you'd like couch it, and I think that's how you pronounce it, and like ram into him with it. And that does significantly more damage. Like, this would probably be doing about, I'd say, like 70 damage to the guy you're hitting, depending on the armor and stuff he's wearing. If you hit him with a couch lance, you're doing like 500 base. So you're really able to... Pretty much if you hit anyone couch lance, they're a dead man. So... it's a better way of doing it, but every time you hit someone, you have to reset, and it takes a second because you have to be going a certain speed. And if you deviate, like you turn to the left, you might lose the speed, and you're no longer going fast enough to get your lance ready to hit them, and stuff like that. So just stabbing them is not exactly the worst. It's very feasible to just, you know, hit him with the lance. And then mounted sword. Just pretty much the same thing. Just you have less range. You have to get closer now. Although this gave us what would probably be more equivalent to a bastard sword. Pretty basic. If I could hit the damn things. Good lord. So yeah, we can run this. It does suck that they give you such a slow horse. Yeah, I missed the targets, I get it. Yell at me all you want.
Are you ready to leave here?
I am ready. food, so we're going over here. I'm getting the full tutorial. Take a walk around.
Now we're here, I guess. So, we need food, and after that, maybe some men to come with us. The head man here can probably help us. Let's try to find him.
He pretty much pressed that down, and he's up there. What an odd spot to drop me. So go up, talk to this guy.
I'm Orthos, head man of this village. What brings you here? They got your people too? Sorry to hear that. Those bastards have done a bit of killing and looting in these parts as well. We think they've gone north. I reckon there are a few folk around here who'll join you in going after them if you'll pay for their gear. Once you've made your preparations, come and talk to me again. I may have a task for you if you're going.
Just pop out. And now we can recruit. Grab those guys. And buy grain. Now I can talk to him here. Or I guess visit.
Glad to see you found what you need. But there's this wandering doctor who comes through it from time to time. Name of Tactius. Treats people for free. Well, we last saw him a few days ago. He was carrying some sort of chest, which he was very mysterious about. He was on some sort of quest, he said, though wouldn't tell us more. He set off on the road just a few hours before the raiders came through here. Well, he's not really a worldly type, just the kind of fellow who'd stumble into a trap and let himself be captured. We're worried about him. If you can keep an eye out for him, Tactius, we'd be very grateful. Maybe if he's alive and well, I'll tell you a little more about his quest.
Interesting. So now we're hunting these guys. Turn some things on. There we go. Now we fight these guys.
Soldiers! Give them hell!
Pretty much just run them down, because we have cavalry. It's not exactly a fair fight. Like I said, cavalry's kind of busted, if they can turn around, that is. These guys only seem to want me, and my guys seem to be taking their sweet time. There you go. I should be able to get one. Or not. I'd like to get one of these guys. There we go.
Look at him run!
Get one of those. And get their good stuff. I guess we have to take out all these guys.
Everyone attack!
Go get them, boys. I'd rather not die, because that's kind of annoying. Yeah, they keep... God. Every time. Need a faster horse. They are very easily hitting me. Not great. There we go. Good lord. Kill one of them. There we go. This is a terrible field for cavalry. Jeez. Am I the only one doing any work? Yeah, things will definitely pick up once we actually, like, got this tutorial done. Oh, we got a level. I'm gonna go for the handling of weapons. And on top of that, I do want leadership. We have 2 skill points to spend, so I'm also gonna go for riding. So we can get a better, nicer horse. We'll attack this guy.
Everyone, kill them all!
Seeming that we have a bunch of dudes now. This should be a walk in the park. Good lord. Well, I'm gonna back off. It'd be cool if you guys could kill more than like 2 dudes. You guys suck at this. Well, I'm not much better, but still.
Come on!
I'm gonna use the spear. I need distance on these guys. Is that it? Yep. Okay, good. There we go. Rescued several prisoners the raiders have been dragging along. They look parched and exhausted. You give them a bit of water and bread, and after a short while, one staggers to his feet and comes over to you.
I don't know who you are, but I'm in your debt. These brigands would have marched us to our deaths. My name's Tactios. I'm a doctor by trade. I was on, well, a bit of a quest, but I'm now thinking I'm not really made for this kind of thing. I was with a caravan, and they just came out of the brush. We were surrounded and outnumbered, so we gave up. I figured they'd keep us alive, if just for the ransom. But then they started flogging us along at top speed, without any water, and I was just about ready to drop. I could feel the signs of heat stroke creeping up, and I told them, but they just flogged me more. If your group hadn't come along, maybe I have a way to thank you properly.
Well, I'm looking for my younger siblings, so that's a cool story, bro.
I'm afraid I haven't seen any children, but after our caravan was attacked, the chief of the raiders, the one they call Radagos, took and rode off with our more valuable belongings, including a chest that I had. He seemed to be controlling more than one band around this area. If this lot has your kin, then I think he'd be the one to know. And since I have nothing of value left to repay your help, I'll tell you this. If you do catch up with and defeat that ruffian, you may be able to recover my chest. It contains a valuable ornament, which I was told could be of great value if you knew where to sell it. I was trying to find out more about it, but, as I say, I've had all my urge for travelling flogged out of me. Right now, I don't think I'd venture more than 20 paces from a well as long as I live.
Keep that in mind.
It doesn't look like much, and I suspect this lot will give it away for a few coins. But I got it from a mercenary whom I treated once, and he swore it was related to Neretz's folly. I don't know what that means, except that Neretes was of course the emperor who died in battle some years back. Maybe you could find out its true value. Thanks for saving me again. I hope our paths will cross again.
So it looks like we're taking that place. I got all of that done. So we're gonna travel that way. In a moment. One moment. Alright. Now we go take this place. Which we... Oh, I was gonna say we can only do at night, but it's night. It's quite convenient. And I think all of you guys should just run in there. Assuming that I know that you guys are going to, all leave me quite soon here.
What can you do?
You did the last time I played this tutorial. I value your lives very little. If you're all sticking around, I'm incredibly sorry. But it happens. Things happen. Yeah, I get it. Oh my god. Come on! Why were you guys just standing in the riverbed? You know what? I'm gonna wait. You guys... Yeah, I'm definitely using you guys as cannon fodder. Seeing that you're just gonna do a nice little stroll. We'll get him. There you go. I don't know why there's no voice lines going, but I think it doesn't do the voice lines when you're doing the hideout attacks. But yeah, you guys are definitely taking the brunt of this fight. That's for sure. I am not gonna die here. Seeing that I took one clubbing and now I'm almost dead. There you go. You guys are getting the hang of it. I'll just swoop in whenever you guys, when they're not paying attention. Right now, they're gonna ask me for a duel, and I'm gonna say, no way, Jose. If I have to duel this guy, we are screwed.
So, who's this that comes through my place of business, killing my employees?
Heard you took my brother and sister. I need to know where they is.
Good heaven. I'll need a better description than that. My men have harvested dozens of little brats in this region. Quite good hunting grounds. Already sent most of them off to a slave market, I know, though. Since your hunt for your kin is fruitless, how about you clear off and save your own lives? Either that, or I'll force you to lick up all the blood you've spilled here with your tongues. Or you and I could settle this one-on-one.
I like my odds with the 11 of me versus the 3 of you any day. I'm gonna back up into my guys and they're gonna hammer you.
We won!
Who would have thought? More guys won. Take those guys prisoner. And take all of that.
Well, I recognize defeat when I see it. If I'm gonna be your captive, let me introduce myself. I'm Radagos. You haven't cut my throat yet, which was a wise move. I'm sure I can find a way to be worth more to you alive than dead.
You're getting me my brother and sister, or I'm hanging you.
Ah, you'll need my help, all right, if you want to get them back. Alive, that is. See, my boys have some pretty specific instructions about what to do if there's a rescue attempt. Shall we get on the road? Remember, if I drop dead of exhaustion or drown in some river, that's it for your little dears. I don't expect a cosy palanquin now, but you best not make it too hard a trip for me.
I'm so gonna kill him.
I was hoping to find more treasure here, but I think business wasn't going too well for Radagos and his gang. I found this strange-looking metal piece, though. Doesn't look too valuable, but it could be the artifact Tacteus was talking about. Maybe we can sell it to one of the noble clans for a hefty price. I have a better idea. We would have a better chance if we split up now. I'll take Radagos and go find the slaver market and look for a way to free the children. However, we must be careful not to endanger their lives, and it could be better to just buy them. We need to have our purses full for that, though. I'll need to take these men with us. Radagos is a slippery one.
I knew they'd leave
I don't want
me.
him getting away.
I'm gonna die all alone. Do you want me to raise the money to ransom the little ones?
Indeed. You'll have to find a way to do that. Maybe this bronze thing can help.
Spoiler alert, it cannot.
Tacteus said it could be worth a fortune to the right person, if you manage not to get killed. If he's telling the truth, you must be careful. Never reveal that you have it, but try to understand its value and how it can be sold. One more thing. When you are talking to nobles and other people of importance, make sure you present yourself as someone from a distant but distinguished family.
Yeah, nobility doesn't like us common folks, so I'm gonna impersonate being a noble.
You can use our family name if you like, or make up a new one. You will have a better chance of obtaining an audience with nobles, and it'll be easier for me to find you by asking around.
We'll go with that.
Get on the road now. Once I locate the little ones,
Now
I'll
we
come
get to
find
make
you.
a banner. Which, I have always liked the eagles. And you can get some of the Nordic birds and stuff like that. Because there's a lot to choose from. Like, plus you actually get to customize it, which is a very distinct difference over previous titles like Warband, where it's pretty much pre-made ones that you got to pick out. I think do that. Flip it. How does that look? I can't tell. I guess that'll do. Yeah, I like white better. That'll do, that'll do. I mean, you can change it anytime. That's a little gadget that'll help us later. So, we're gonna go see if I can't get myself a couple of dudes to walk around with me, just so that we don't immediately get mugged. I need, like, at least 6 people. There we go. 8 guys. Now we won't be immediately mugged. We're gonna make our way over here. Because if we're going to make money, the easiest way to do that is mercenary work. And the easiest way to do mercenary work is with some pretty powerful on-their-own units, which the legionaries can provide, but the Empire kind of does everything. They're a jack of all trades, master of none. They have good units pretty much universally, but they don't outperform anyone else at what they're good at. Like the Khuzaits, the Khuzaits have like the best horse archers in the game. The Aserai have like master archers. I don't even remember what they're good. I think they're still master archers. The Valandians have really cool what do you call it? They have really good cavalry, and then they also specialize in crossbows, which is a massive distinction from the archers, which are good. Yeah, this is the different unit that I have added to the mod, is Valandian conscripts. And then it also, so this is your civilian equipment, so when you walk into towns, this is what you're wearing, because obviously you can't walk into a town and be wearing, you know, super expensive stuff. Now these are gonna be bugged out, I don't know why. It looks fine, like, if you put it on. See? There's no issue with it on the character, it's just it looks funny in the menu. But... oh wait, this is the civilian. But like, this is some of the stuff I added to the mods. But it's priced super expensive. Especially because it's competitive with the game's alternatives, but not ludicrously overwhelming. Which can be an issue in like Warband. When you did armor mods, the armor was like 10 times better than the game could actually give you. Wait, did I lose all of the prisoners I had? I should have ransomed each and every one of them. We could have actually made money. Now, we're gonna fight looters. Because we gotta...
Hey,
oh my
you.
god.
What you got in your bags? What you carrying?
Well, this is gonna be an uphill battle for our first fight. Awesome! How amazing.
Soldier! Forward!
I actually am gonna want us to do a shield
wall!
Because the Valandian guys have shields, and the Imperial guys don't actually have shields. The Imperial recruits are probably just gonna get throttled. The Valandian conscripts are gonna be... what's holding them? Because that's 25 dudes against 14. So I'm gonna go see if I can't scrape off a few of them. Break up their... god damn, yeah, this is gonna be an issue. If I can just keep a few of them off of the line... like, if I can pull these guys back, and then that group up there is gonna go fight the shield wall, those guys are... our shield wall is gonna be fine. I just gotta keep these guys busy. While our shield wall deals with... while the shield wall deals with that smaller group of them. Because if all 25 were to hit the shield wall at once, we'd have a real problem on our hands. So yeah. Yep, I knew it. The Imperial recruits are probably gonna get throttled. But the conscripts I have...
infantry charge!
The conscripts I have, uh-oh. If it's just left down to me, we're gonna have a real issue. We're gonna be kiting for a long time. I've been in this situation before where I have to kite for like 30 minutes. Alright, let's lead these guys back into the group. So how many is there now? 14 against 8. It's not great odds. But it's better than... oh my god. 3 dudes made it! 3 guys out of the 14 I've hired. Another, I will state right now, another one of the mods I'm running is a more realistic loot mod, which pretty much, like, if you kill a guy, you're more likely to get the loot off of him. The mod's called Keep What You Kill. So we can now, instead of having these base units, we can turn these guys into archers, and I'll turn these guys into infantry. So now, we have actual infantry and archers. Both of which are effectively not capable of doing much of anything right now due to the pure fact of, they're all wounded. They're all on, like, death's door because they all just got throttled in that fight. So, we'll get a couple more guys. And we can go ransom the looters we just got. We also leveled up. So, charge damage, maneuvering, or... maneuvering, because that's actually pretty nice to have. Athleticism's pretty huge. Especially the minus 15% armor weight is pretty big deal. Especially for a little trick of the trade called fighting in the arena. It's very useful. But yeah, we can sell those guys, and then we can also dump... Because I locked their food, so we're gonna keep all the food, and then I can dump all their clothing, and we can make a bunch of money. And I think I want to go buy more food. So we'll buy 2 more bags of grain, and that'll give us food for 8 days. The other thing you gotta watch is your inventory weight. So your troops can carry stuff, and if you have pack mules, which you can buy at these villages that have the horse image, there's only like one, but those ones have, you can go and buy mules for pretty cheap. Basic rule of thumb, villages sell what they produce a lot cheaper than if you were to buy it in a city. Unless the city is incredibly rich. Like most of the capitals are. Like Sargot's the capital of Valandia. I believe this is the capital of Britannia. Then I like to say that this is the capital of the Nords. And then the capital of the Southern Empire, the capital of... Pretty much if it's got, like, the actual, like, faction name, or the flag over it, that's the ruling family owns it. So, I mean, it's kind of like their capital, but it doesn't act like a capital. It's more of just, like, a reference point. So, we will go hunt more looters. And that is pretty much what we're going to be reduced to for a while. Because we need renown for our clan, right here, which allows us to have more soldiers, additional companions, and allows us to own more workshops, that make you money. I guess we can try to take some mountain bandits.
We're just harmless shepherds.
Well, that lord's gonna say otherwise, but that's rough. So, he's bringing 108 dudes. This is gonna be different. I doubt our guys will actually see any action, because I'm assuming we're about to see a huge amount of Valandian cavalry. Or just a lot of the Lord's troops. If it loads. Did not do this the last time I played. Uh-oh. You good? Not getting any errors. There we go. It just had to load all of these guys.
Charge!
Like, yeah. They are... The Vlandians are something. You can't tell me he doesn't look cool. I was expecting cavalry, though. Oh, never mind. There's cavalry out there. Yeah, these got horse archers and actual cavalry. So yeah, that guy got dismounted, and they're just gonna hammer into these guys. So I see that in this mod, these guys took more of like a French influence. And that's that. I don't even think I killed the guy. I didn't even get anything. That wasn't even worth it. All because that guy was there. Yeah, sharing with lords isn't fun, especially in the early game, because if you get in a fight near one, they're pretty much immediately going to jump in. I mean, it's great if you're outnumbered, because they'll pretty much immediately turn the tide in your favor. But if you're actually trying to fight guys like these, like this, where I actually want to fight them and get their stuff, terrible for me. So is this positioning, my lord.
Infantry! Move! Archers, forward!
Will I even be able to maneuver into position? I guess I'll just lead him into the line. There's not anything particularly valuable on any of these guys, so there's no point in just not having these guys slaughtered. See, as you can tell, these units are far, far superior to the original, like, conscripts and recruits. Huge, huge upgrade. And then I like to lock them all, because later down the line when I'm transferring guys to garrisons, I normally throw units that I'm not particularly using. That's gonna take a lot to get in there. The tournament will get whooped in, because in this game, in tournaments, you use the equipment you own. And the equipment I own is a leather tunic. Which means if I fight anybody with armor to, like, even the slightest degree, I'm gonna get an ass whooping. Arenas is the rich people's game. You only go in there when you're effectively very well off. There are very few looters here. That is abnormal. There we go. So yeah, pretty much this is the early game. Hunt looters, selling their stuff.
With you.
Selling their stuff for a few coins here and there. Are we facing them? We are facing them. The first thing I'm gonna do, actually I could probably do it right now, is go to one of those villages and buy a nicer horse, because this thing does not have the speed to do anything. How do you do that? There we go. He took a sword to the head and walked it off. What kind of Giga Chad am I dealing with? That guy's been How much health do you guys have? I'm fighting actual, like, Giga Chads. There we go. Now, I would normally just send my guys in to just clear these guys out, but I can get more money if I kill them all. Because if I kill them all, I get their equipment. Don't you dare. You bastard. That's your fault. I mean, you're dead either way, but what the hell? Yeah, see, we got more of their stuff. I guess we'll just go sell that. There's not a lot of looters around here, and I need a better horse. I also need more health. I need a lot of things. The ability to fight is definitely one of them. And food is... wow. So yeah, also another big deal is all of the things in this town are produced in this town. So like the arrows, the weapons, the armor and stuff like that. And then horses are brought in from the villages. They're not exactly bred here. Britannian. That's way better. That's just a regular saddle horse. And then I think that's all set. Can I get any? Not really. Better, but it weighs a ton more. Like a lot more. That's way more expensive. Yes, this is the trade-offs. Like, that's better than what I've got by 1 armor point, but it weighs double. Whereas the padded footman's coat weighs half of what this one weighs, and gives more armor in every position, but costs 1,000 more. So that's kind of how that goes. Although now that I have that Sumpter horse, I might be able to get cavalry going. If I can get cavalry cooking, that's a huge deal. Because those guys are the kings of battle. Yeah, these guys turn into cavalry. I wonder if Sea Raiders are up. If we fight those guys, we have the chance of picking up, like, chainmail and stuff, which is a huge that'd be a huge comeuppance. But
you got a problem?
For now, we slaughter these guys. Endlessly murder them.
Everyone attack!
Go get them, boys. And now that we've got a faster horse, I can hit these guys going way faster. Or I can miss entirely, because I'm just that good. But also, you can tell the maneuver's way better on this horse. So that's like, it's a huge deal. So yeah, and as you can tell, I have a horse. Oh, it's a Sumpter horse. Never mind, it's like a pack mule. I forgot. That. And now we have swordsmen, which actually have, like, armor, and cool shields. And they're level 3 infantry. But that also means that we're paying a lot more money, because these guys cost, like, Yeah, they're 5 gold a day, whereas these guys are 3 gold a day. So, but for 2 more gold per guy, we're getting a far superior unit. Which is worth it to certain degrees in certain ways. For like a smaller army that you're hunting looters and you can actually make the money back while you're fighting, entirely worth it to kind of invest in higher quality units because you'll be fighting more. You can fight larger groups of people with smaller amounts of guys. Indian shooter. Saddle horse. I need a mount. Yeah, so like these aren't even considered mounts. It's actually that's, I mean, I've got it. Carry weight. Yeah. So I'll sell the Sumpter. I'll buy a mule. And I'll buy your hunter. Wonderful deal. Love it. And now you get to be on a horse. Which is a huge deal. Because now this guy goes really fast. And then we also got our skill in leadership. Trade. Do you have pole arms? Need a better spear. This is way better. I will get 9 coins. Worth. So over here they can spawn, there can be sea raiders that spawn. Which, it's kind of like fighting Vikings. They have better gear than us, and are really good at fighting. Pretty much if you just hug this coastline, you'll eventually find sea raiders. Which, for all intents and purposes, are Vikings. They are literally just Vikings. But, if you play your cards right, you can actually... will actually be able to pick up, because they all wear chainmail and actual helmets and stuff. That would be the cheapest possible way, is killing people for their things. Because then I'm not paying for it. The downside is you have to kill them first. And if their things are nicer than your things, then that's a lot harder to do. Especially when their things are far nicer than your things. I do not want to recruit looters. Mainly because it'll drop your party morale. So here, if you pop this up, which I like to have up for just to know my travel speed, the amount of guys, morale, how much I'm paying, and then how far out you can see. All that is nice to just know. Ransom those guys, and we might be able to get some sneaky little details on some good trade. Sisterhood follower. Where's a Atlantean townswoman? Normally they're talkative. Barons and merchants are at each other's throats right now. I bet that guy's planning something. Nope. Anyone got any good deets on some trade? All those bastards walking around drunk and bothering folks, but they work for Poison Therafold. And you can't say a thing if you value your head. You heard anything about trade? The Lady Elias... Oh, you're a woman. Sorry about that. The Lady Elias, we're blessed. That's one good heart. There's no denying it. How about you? I completely missed it. I said it's that good for nothing. None of you are telling me if there's any good trade deals here. Pick it up, if you wanted to retain yourself, your companions or members of your clan can do different ways. Yeah, I know that. I played the game. You can buy... Word is grain sells well in Oxhall, a profit of 3 a load, they say. That's terrible trading advice. Ah, this man's a slaver. Well, there doesn't seem to be good trade going on at all here. There's a tournament, but we'd get slaughtered. Tournaments don't really play out well for if you're just starting out. I mean, you can try it. If you're really, really good at the controls, you can probably do well. But you're going to be fighting people that have way better armor and equipment. Neither am I if you surrender. They didn't surrender. Now they'll learn a lesson.
Charge!
And I get to test my pointy new spear. So, now we'll really get to see what we can do. That's way better. Oh yeah, this is way better. How'd they kill the swordsman? That's actually impressive. That was genuinely impressive. I'm not even quite mad as much as I'm just shocked. We might be in worse shape than I anticipated. We might need more guys for our whole little, anti-piracy thing that I was gonna try. There. So now we're paying 72 a day, but if we can fight sea raiders, I think we'll make it well worth our while. If we can find sea raiders. Which I think normally there's one that spawns down here. If not, it's not the greatest. Looks like there isn't. Not yet, at least. Hopefully, sometime in the future. Maybe. Trade, we'll dump all this. Get a little bit of coin. Dump those guys, get a little bit of coin. There's a village being sacked over here. Is that by a mercenary? Is that by an actual lord, or is that by looters? Okay, so they're at war with the Western Empire.
We're not looking for a fight.
Which will be interesting, because that's gonna be a clash. Oh yeah, I have a lot of guys. I guess I'll just put them there. Ready.
Kill them all!
So yeah, that's the battle setup phase. Once I get actual companions and stuff, I'll flesh that out a little bit. I'm not in such a hurry to kill these looters and get even. Yeah, as you can tell, just upgrading the horse and the spear has made us a far more lethal unit. And the slight upgrades that our guys are getting is a huge deal. And they are just eating through our food. It is thrilling. Man, they're burning everything. Although they've already taken a castle and they're sieging another one, so I don't know what the Western Empire's idea is here. If they're just gonna burn the villages, they're gonna lose hard. I mean, they are taking money away from the... They are taking a lot of money away from the lords, but, like...
We're not looking for a fight.
So I'll flesh this out a bit more. Yeah, I know. I get it. Good lord. Alright, so in here, you can actually, like, pick these guys up and move them.
Move forward! Archers! Infantry! Forward!
So, say you
Archers!
wanted your archers up here in the wood line,
Move!
and then you wanted your shield wall down here. You can set them up like that, and
Moving! Infantry!
you can
Form a shield
get them
wall!
into their battle
Forward!
organization before you actually go in.
Horsemen! Move! Footmen!
So this kind of comes into play more for when you're fighting, like, army on army. It's a huge deal.
Every charge!
Because you'll have armies of, like, 400 against armies of, like, 500. And it's just an absolute slaughter. And when those occur, you'll know, because the frame rate drops to, like, 3 frames. Because there's, like, 800 dead people. And even if it's cleaning up bodies to make it so there's only, like, 90 bodies on the ground, there's still 90 dead people and, like, 300 on each side fighting. So... the game is incredibly fun. I think it might be... I think they did put it on Game Pass, so if you want to play without... Of course you won't be able to get all the Steam Workshop stuff, but if you are interested in a game like this, like, that would be the route to go. That'd be the easiest way to get it if you have Game Pass or something like that. You could pretty much do that. So now we're getting into the nicer units. Like, this is an actual, like, unit. Oh, my voice. And then you got the mounted barons. Like, now we're getting into, like, actual soldiers, which you can tell because our wage that we're paying is becoming substantially more. So, now I'm going to dump a point in there, and I'm going to dump a point in there. I do want a companion, but there are specific things to look for in companions. Like, you should know what you want out of your companions when you go looking for them. Because if you don't, then you're just going to end up with people that you don't know what to do with. Because you can find people who are way, way better at healing people. Like, you'll find actual, like, individuals that are medics, and then you can find people that are really good at leading infantry, or really good at leading cavalry. Or they're really good at leading caravans, and they can find deals for you really well. Or they're good at crime, and you can stick them in a city so that they can do crime.
Give them hell!
Yeah, you know you're doing well when your units are outfit have better equipment than you do by a long shot. That's the average Mountain Blade experience. Your units will probably be better than you most of the time. Unless you get incredibly lucky. Get me through. Come back here. Leave none left. Leave no witnesses upon the field of battle. I do want more infantry, though. Or more archers, rather. Just because they're so great for just hammering onto lines before you actually have to meet them. Cavalry's great for disrupting infantry before they hit your line, before they hit your shield wall. Infantry is pretty much good for clearing up everybody else. The archers are good for thinning out the horde that's about to hit your shield wall. So everybody's got their thing that they're good at. And you don't really want to disrupt that. But, like, really, there's nothing stopping you from not having any cavalry in your army. But I just find it's far, far easier to just, for at least, like, mercenary work, hammer people's lines with, what do you call it? I don't want to upgrade that guy because we don't have a horse. Although we can go for a horse, then we'll have 2 cavalrymen. Even though if you hover over it, it says 2 cavalry, that's because I'm on a horse. It does count you in your army. That is something to consider. So whenever, regardless of how big your army is, you'll always have one person that is yourself. Unless you die. In which case you don't have yourself because you're dead. We need a cheap mount. Great. And another thing is if I hover over this, you can see footmen on horses. Now what that is, so that you really want your speed to be as fast as you could reasonably get it. Which you can have from cavalry, you can get speed from, if you have horses in your inventory, which is this is your inventory. So we just bought this horse. Now one of the infantrymen can get on this horse, which will make him a faster, will increase our speed because, well, he's on a horse. Horses are faster than guys. But if we come in here and we upgrade this guy into a cavalryman, well then we're significantly faster because the cavalry is better trained to use the horse than a regular infantryman just being sat on a horse and being told, well, there you go. Figure it out, buddy. I do want to see if I can get, like, a nice basic kit. Not really. Yeah, like that. Wow. Man, I wish. At least by that, I can buy. None of that's really worth it. I guess 782 ain't bad for that kid. Let's go. There's a possibility that there's Sea Raiders over here. I really want to get in a fight with them, because then we can get some really nice equipment. Because I have no doubt we're capable of taking on Sea Raiders. The trick is, we're gonna lose guys. But the benefit is we get possibly really expensive items. Which will be a trick. And I'm going to actually, right now, point out a little trick. So, the Aserai do a lot of trading. They have a lot of caravans. They're also the easiest faction to bully because they have the least amount of heavily armored units. Which means it's very easy to just run them down and pretty much kill them with everything. That includes caravan guards. Caravan guards are pretty lightly equipped. You're pretty much fighting farmers that have swords. What I would like to point out is there are two possible ways that Aserai caravans get into mainland Calradia, where all the rest of the factions are and where the caravans are no doubt heading. There's over by Hulsen Folk, which is a large area. You can sneak through there, you can get through here, you can come over here and get up into the Khuzait's territory, into the Southern Empire. And the Southern Empire and these guys, they fight all the time. That's why there's a castle there, and Hulsen Folk, and another castle. And then, yeah, this whole, like, this peninsula turns into, like, a balkanized area, like, immediately. The moment these two factions get a reason to disagree, it's gonna be a forever war. Or, if you want to be really sneaky, and you want to make money, right there. It is the only passageway that this entire side, or really, this entire side of the Aserai, which is a huge amount of the Aserai, like 3 of their cities out of 5, or 3 of their cities out of 7, are over on this side. 3 of those cities' caravans, and all the caravans that want to come up through here, trade with all these cities, and then come up over into, like, Valandia, Britannia, the Western Empire. They all have to go through that choke point. Which means, if you want to hammer them, you sit on this choke point and raid caravans. You can make hundreds of thousands sitting right here. And then you go sell it to this city or this city. And by the time you fill your inventory again, because you can keep all their mules, and you can keep all their loot and everything, they drop high-value caravan items. You sell them here, and then you recruit more dudes, and you bring them back down onto this peninsula. You can stand right over here, and because it's small enough, the caravans will walk across, they'll see you, and they'll go, "Oh, hell no, we're not fighting an army of 50 guys that are all heavily armed mercenaries. We're gonna run away." Well, you would expect they'd run back across, back into the Aserai territory where it's safe, and if you go across that land bridge, you're gonna end up fighting an Aserai lord. Which they'll bring like 180 guys to come whoop your ass. Or, what you wouldn't expect them to do is run down onto this little peninsula and trap themselves. In which case, you just follow them down and you kill them. Take all of their stuff, walk back up here, and wait for the next caravan to trap itself. It's a wonderful little choke point that you can use. And that's a wonderful band of looters for me to kill.
We're just harmless.
Not really necessary.
Attack!
Hopefully, I can get that other guy leveled up, and I will have 2 very effective cavalry. Now, cavalry is very, very useful when you're fighting the Aserai caravans. Because the Aserai don't really have that much anti-cavalry. At least the last time I played. In which I made fortunes off of raiding the Aserai. In fact, I raided them so bad on that save that they paid me to go to peace. Because I had effectively, like, bankrupted a few lords. So they were willing to pay me for me to surrender. That sucked. I just got hammered. Yeah, they paid me money for me to stop fighting them. Which normally, if you go to war with a faction, they are not going to pay you money for you to not raid them. Get back here. We leave none left. Yeah. Leave none. Leave no man standing. They chose to fight, they choose to die. So yeah, pretty much you can use this little... Now we get some really cool guys. The Valandian Sergeant at Arms. So this is like the highest end infantry we'll get. And we get a mounted banneret, which these guys are like the best we can get for cavalry as well. So now we're on to elite units, which is this is tier 5 units. Which we're not quite there yet for the archers. But they also cost an arm and a leg. Which means I'm definitely going to want to fight Sea Raiders soon. Any Sea Raiders at all, I want to fight you. I'm all for it. Just a peasant man. I want extra daytime travel. Because that's when I'm fastest. So 2% will mean more. But... yeah, I definitely want... Please, anybody. Any raiders of any sort, sea raiders, please. I want to fight you. A little bit of a brawl. The Nord's grants. And then, yeah, you can see all the stuff going on. Like this, right now, as we're sitting over here dinking around, fighting all these looters and pretty much being a nobody, this world's being lived in. Like, wars are occurring, things are happening that we have no effect over. We're effectively along for the ride until we're big enough of a factor to actually be capable of doing anything, to actually influence outcomes. What the hell? I have no idea who that was. So yeah, once we have a larger riding, I like my horse to stay alive. And I don't normally get my horse killed. Who is this? So yeah, I don't really want to go raiding the caravans until I have a far larger army.
We're not looking for a fight.
More talking along the lines of like 50 to 60 guys. And not like 50 to 60 just dudes we've picked up from a village, like 50 to 60 actual like units. Like probably up to like Swadian men-at-arms level guys. Just so that, like, we can fight them. Because, I mean, the caravans have guards. And most of the time, especially if you're really hammering them, you're gonna start seeing, like, fairly large, caravans. Like, in the 40s to 50s of dudes. And that can be a pretty big deal when you're the one fighting it. I want trade. I'm gonna go fight this group next. If I can catch them. Also, that little red symbol means we are disorganized
You got a
after
problem?
a fight. We do have a problem. Problem is you're not dead. And your bodies have yet to be looted.
Everyone attack!
That will be changed. Your things are forfeit. Your things are mine. So yeah, we'll just keep hammering these looters wherever we find them until eventually we can find either a bigger fish to fry, cough cough, sea raiders, if they ever set up over here. We might have to go up into the north, into Nord territory for that. which I didn't want to do, but probably gonna have to. Or, we get so much renown from just hammering on looters that we end up raiding caravans. That's pretty much where we're at. I want all my guys getting experience. Regardless of their level. So yeah, pretty much all we can do right now is hunt looters and stuff and pray that eventually we either level up the clan or something happens. And things get interesting.
Attack!
But as you can see, we're getting a fairly nice little mercenary group. A fairly nice little warband going. We need to pick up a better spear. Now that I'm actually getting, like, funds, and my army's actually becoming, like, or my warband's becoming like a warband. It's becoming more and more important that I look at actually getting my guy equipped. Because if you die, pretty much all hell breaks loose in your army. Everyone just kind of starts fighting for themselves. They just completely break rank and go nuts. That's cheaper. I just need a cheap horse to upgrade this guy into a cavalryman. But like, yeah, you can see how quickly the amount of money you're paying per day starts increasing. See, that's what I'm talking about. Those guys can be a pain. Mostly because they have a bunch of what are effectively the most annoying unit in the entire game. That being horse archers. Which, funny enough, because I got in before... I was playing before release, so I was playing all the betas and everything. The original beta I played on, the Khuzaits effectively were an unstoppable force. I don't know what coding error it was, but something was making it so that pretty much any auto-resolve outcome with the Khuzaits, because they focused mainly on horse archers, and because horse archers were absolutely broken in the original beta, the Khuzaits would, like, conquer half of Calradia within, like, the first year of the game. And become so overwhelmingly powerful that pretty much there was no stopping them. Unless you single-handedly focused, like, everything in the game on stopping the Khuzait.
Back off, stranger, unless you...
So, like, the only way to effectively play the game then was, like, you are...
Everyone charge!
You begin the game fighting against the Khuzaits and just stomping them in actual fights. Which auto-resolve is nice, but I don't really use it because it'll, like, randomly knock out some of your highest-end units. Just because, like, RNG. When you leave the battle up to RNG, things happen. So, like, you'll send in an army of, like, the best units in the game, and you'll auto-resolve it against a group of, like, 6 looters. And just if you're just unlucky enough to roll, you can get, like, one of those units slaughtered by, like, this common looter. Which then means you're pretty much, you lost, like, a unit that you invested a lot of money into to a guy who hit him with a club really hard. So, I try not to leave, like, anything up to, auto-resolve. I like taking my battles and doing them myself. Alright, I think we're gonna head up this away into Nord territory. That's not what I meant. We're gonna head up towards the Nord's territory to see if we can't find any Sea Raiders. So we'll go on a little field trip that way. And if we find anybody that isn't just common looters and isn't going to give us, like, basic stuff if we knock them out, we will work on that. Because, like, looters are fine, but I need actual, like, income. I need foes worthy of my endeavor. Actually, we can ask him what
Yours
Noretz's
is not
folly
a
is.
face I know. What is your name, stranger?
This is the Lord of the Nords. And I can ask him, what is Noretz's folly? Well, that's what some people call the Great Battle of Pendrick in the year 1077. Emperor Noretz led an army accompanied by Khuzaits and Aserai to fight a coalition of Sturgians, Battanians, and Valandians. It was a disaster for him. He died in it. But the victors didn't fare much better. I see. Can you tell me anything about the Battle of Pendrick? So now, we found out what Noretz's folly is. Now we gotta go ask all the rulers, and then like a couple extra lords, what happened at the Battle of Pendrick. And they all have different accounts, and you kind of piece the story together on how it all went down. Yes, the day my father died thanks to Battanian treachery. When they pledged to support us in the battle, we believed they would stand with us in the shield wall like men. But of course, this is not the Battanian way. They sprung some woodland trickery up in the hills, killed off Noretz's vanguard, and no doubt spent the rest of the battle whooping and boasting, and chopping the heads off of men who were already dead. It was the Sturgians who met Noretz's guard face to face. My father ordered me to stay back as he led them into battle. But he was at their head. He forced them back. Then they broke and ran for shelter of their camp. We went and attacked their ramparts and broke them. My father was hit by an imperial mace at the moment of his triumph and died. I'll never forget when the messenger ran to tell me that my father was dead, but I knew I must swallow my grief because now I was a king. I rode down into the ruins of the imperial camp to take their banner as a trophy, my inheritance won by my father and passed down to me. Oh, some of the boyars were insubordinate, but I have since showed them that I am master. Thank you. So yeah, these guys are heavily influenced by totally not Nordic culture at all. Don't be silly. They're nothing like those guys. They're different. They're like different and stuff. And there is a new target. These guys have different loot. And of course, a lord has to come in and try to help. God, I hate nobles.
Infantry, move!
I want all my guys to have a head start.
Cavalry, move! So give them hell!
Don't you dare. I want something out of this. Killed a bushwhacker. Got that guy. Killed. So we got at least some of it. It's better than what I've got. Let's take everything. It's better than what I've got. Worse than what I've got. Worse than what I've got. Alright. We do not look like a soldier anymore. We look like a hick. That's kind of why I was hoping we'd find Sea Raiders up here. Although, it seems like there's not many specialized, whatchamacallit, bandits. They all seem to be just normal dudes. Which is really neat. Because it means I'm not gonna get any, like, nice gear, other than what we just got. Like, don't get me wrong, that was way cheaper than buying it. It's way easier to rip it off a guy's corpse than it is to buy it. But definitely not ideal. If we can find one party of Sea Raiders, we can narrow down where they're at. Also, this is the individual I normally try to get with, because her stats are nuts. She gives like plus 40 units to your army if you put her as the, what do you call him? Quartermaster. So that's who I'm going to try to get. And then if you ever are curious, you can look in here. I'm going to turn those off. Gameplay. Can I turn off the tutorial? Way nicer. And then you can come down here. So we're probably going to be working with Valandia, so they're fighting the Western Empire and Sturgia. Not great. Crazy enough, two-front wars normally work out for nobody. Unless you're fighting a two-front war against someone who's fighting a two-front war. Then it's kind of like equal, and whoever focuses the most. There we go, there's some Sea Raiders. How many are in there? I don't want to get, like, 20 dudes fighting, or, like, an army of, like, 100 of them. Oh my good lord!
You're just harmless traders.
Yeah, I bet you are. Alright, so on this one, we're gonna do something known as actually hold our ground.
Archers, move! Horsemen, forward! Soldiers, shields up!
Because this time...
Cavalry!
Or actually...
Archers, cavalry! Follow me!
Let's get around here. I want to get this guy. He's got good armor. Never mind. We're gonna fast forward. I might get something. We got one lawn dart thrown into our chest, and that was that. So we lost one guy. That sucks. So I want these guys to be above those guys. So that's kind of how I want it organized. And that's pretty meh. That's not terrible. But we're definitely gonna go rest. Because there is just a ton of activity over here. My god. Are we leveled up? No. We need 10 more. 10 more renown, and then we get 15 more guys we can have in our army. Need more infantry. Yeah, look at that. Money! And I bet you this is gonna be a lot. We can probably get a lot of cash out of this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what we're talking about. That's money. Now, if we sit the settlement, we'll heal faster, because there's doctors and stuff in towns. The downside is it's still slow as hell. So, we're gonna be stuck here for a minute. Actually... can we get... armor? Huh. Everything's so expensive. Can I get a better shield, I guess? I'm such a stingy bastard. I need damage. That's a pike. I don't want to death stack, per se. Mostly because you run into the problem of, very, very quickly you'll run into the problem of... you death stacked, which worked out great for you. You have earned, like, 2% of the loot. So you earned no money and you lost, like, 3 guys. So it's really neat until you're not making any cash. Yeah, apparently this little peninsula over here is just the place to be when it comes to fighting everybody. The downside is it's so small that they can't actually move around and space out, so we're just going to be fighting, like, 50 guys at a time. Which is great for getting, like, renown. Terrible for anything. Oh yeah, they death stacked us. But I think that's how it's gonna be if we try to fight them there. I think we're just gonna get death stacked every time. I would love to get that. Like actual armor. But I don't have that kind of money. And if I did, then we're not paying anybody and they're all gonna desert. Yeah, we don't have that kind of money yet. If we can get back up there and fight those guys... we'd be fine. I think investing in a better shield is actually worth it. As much money as that is, it'll cover more of my body and I'll get less dinked when I get stuff thrown at me. But as you can see, the season has changed. Which means... pretty much nothing. But it is nice that it happens. I mean, now there's, like, snow on the ground and it, like, blizzards when you get in fights. Oh my god. Don't let him.
Yeah?
There we go.
What do you want?
Alright, we'll fight these guys. That way we're not getting death stacked. I'm actually happy they moved away from their friends.
Infantry! Move! Bowmen! Forward! Cavalry! Forward!
So I want them to come on this side.
Footmen! Move! Arrows! Forward! Cavalry! Move!
These cavalrymen, we can present these guys as, like, the bait. That's pretty much what we're doing. And because that guy's got a longbow, he's gonna shoot.
Cavalry! Follow me!
Let's see if I can't snag a kid. Oh my Christ!
Horsemen! Kill them all!
Just one of those stupid things is gonna kill me. Pretty much all I can hope to do is pick off guys that are already trying to fight. Because if I try to even touch them with like a 10-foot rod, they're gonna kill me. Oh yeah. We might get actual armor this time. This is gonna work out way better for us. I didn't die that time is the big deal. I don't want Valandian peasants. Oh yeah. We're in the big leagues now. Look at that. We've made it. We made it, boys. It's not exactly, armor suited for a, what would you call me? A westernized individual. But I'll tell you what. It's armor nonetheless. I would actually, so that's 60. What's its speed? Handling's 93, that's 95. A length of 62, that's a length of 65. I like that one better. I prefer the axes just because they only have the swing damage, which is like the easiest damage to actually use. And then I might as well throw some of those on. Just to like toss them at guys. But that's gonna be huge money. That was well worth it. Fighting that stack was well worth it. Look at this, we're gonna make so much cash here. Oh my lord! Look at that. It's displaying our wealth in thousands now. Won't for very long, because I have to pay my guys like 200 a day, but like... That's what we're talking about. That's what we got. That's what we like to see. I want a power level. Athletics. So what I think we're going to do is I'm going to wait here until we're on 100% health. And then we're gonna go nuts in the arena. Because we can make a ton off of betting on ourselves. And we've got the armor to do it now. And plus that will allow us to level my agility, which means we can get the armor won't weigh as much on us. Master plans, we're getting it going. it's taken forever for us to heal. We're getting there. I guess we can sell these, those guys. Got a healer. They are in the hall, I take it. Alright, 95 is enough. I wonder... Bet you there's probably a event going on over here. Also, if you zoom in, you can see your character's clothing when you zoom in. Yeah, now that we have actual, like, armor, it's way easier to do this. And then we'll fight for that, even though the texture's bugged out. You can technically watch the rounds, like they put you in a spectator mode. And then you can switch between guys.
Come on!
This guy's gonna get hammered. This guy's gonna be the champ. Oh yeah. But I just normally skip over him because there's no point. Come at me. I need to kill this guy right now. Because if he makes it to the next round and I get in an infantry fight with him, it's gonna be problematic. Die! I missed. I didn't miss that time. I'm going for headshots. I gotta get it through his faceplate. God. I'm trying to kill the guy that's got more armor. Get out of the way. Actually, I don't. Which one of you has less armor? I guess it's you. There we go. If I could swing my sword, Jesus. Skip that round, and then we'll bet. Yeah, so this is the issue with having armor. Now we're really slow. But we're also tanky as hell. So it all works out. Because you would pretty much die if you didn't have armor. Because these guys have so much armor. There we go. So yeah, it's pretty much who can take the most beating. Armor's kind of... I mean, speed isn't really necessary in this... Oh, God. This one's completely determined by who gets the first hit. Oh my God, I turned it around! These polearms are so nuts. They will drop you without, like, without a second thought. It's a huge victory. I'm just gonna dump this stuff. I don't want to use this stuff for too long, because it does, looking at its stats, it is A, super heavy, and B, like, really, really... movement speed. And then this one... Chance of dismounting enemy cavalry with a heavy hit. And then 10% damage by infantry. I guess we'll do that. I don't want to use the, honestly, next time I'm streaming, I might disable the loot what you kill mod. Because I did not expect it to work that well. I would like to admit that that was an oversight on my part. So that's that. Canvassing over mail with Rose Matoiv. Got the money for it, and it weighs less. Now, what can I get for hand armor? There, now we're a true crusader. Other than my beard sticking through the helmet. But now we're a real fighter. I get a better spear. Quick cavalry axe. Oh my lord! That is worth it, but I don't have that. Alright, there. I got rid of the stuff that I considered super broken. Now we're not too heavy. Jeez, that's 2 weight? That's nuts. Almost there. Let's wait here for some time. Let's see, are they doing a fight here? Yes, they are. A Lion Akaton. A Lion Akaton. What am I? Jesus. I am definitely in. Count me in. This wasn't worth it, but I'll get the recognition. Oh, I might get absolutely hammered here. Those are actually, like, decent guys. Gotta cover my body or I'm gonna get shot by this guy. Go down! Go down! Did you try to shoot me? He's trying to shoot me!
Die, you bastard!
You wouldn't dare. Stay back, demon. Are you shooting at me over there? You prick. Take that. And that. You suck. Eat it. And now you. You suck, you suck, you suck. Ow! You suck. Oh my god. Yeah, don't give me a crossbow. And now it's me versus a pretty well-equipped guy. Oh yeah, eat it. just gotta beat the Valandian sharpshooter. And the crowd's going nuts. Oh yeah. See, if you can get that first hit in, you've pretty much got him stun locked. You're gonna win. That Lion Akaton. Or Akaton. Not really worth it. Unless it's worth money. It's not really worth money. Interesting. I guess we're just gonna go around and compete in tournaments and fight people.
Your best.
We're gonna fight you. I'm gonna kill you.
Every charge!
I'm gonna kill you, buckaroo. Take that guy captive. I don't know why you guys are down there. You should be up here. And loot that stuff. And head over to Galen. Go to the arena. Nothing going on. Trade. Let's dump that stuff. Let's go over to Jacqueline. Don't yell at me for my pronunciations. Just how it is. Join the tournament. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce whatever that is. It's a horse. Awesome. I have the crossbow again. Oh, that guy's gotta go down. That's a lord. I can tell by the pattern on his armor. You really just body blocked for him. Everybody, please clear the way. Oh my god. People, please! Please! He's gotta die. Oh, we're so doomed. It's so Jover. Oh, it's so Jover. Oh, it's so Jover. Oh my god, it's not Jover. My god, it's not Jover yet. Oh my god. We did it. We fucking did it. Oh, I thought we were screwed. God, I wish I had armor like that. But you cavalrymen gotta die. Or not. Your shield can do that. I forgot. I forget. That's right, screw you. Oh yeah. It's all coming together now. Run away. Please shoot him. Please be more accurate in shooting him. What? He was gonna shoot the horse, not me. Haha. Also, which one of you headshot him? Because that was like a save. Valandian patroller. Oh, great. Hey there, bud. You're dead. Get dunked on, fool. Eat it. Come here. What the hell? That's what I thought. And like that, I won the horse. I don't know what the horse is good for. I'm assuming it's a nice war horse, but... Look at the keep. That's still a lot. And... I say it's a lot, but I'm also rich. But I'm also stingy, that's why I'm rich. Oh my god, it's great. It's way better than mine. But I need riding level 90? Man. What kind of shenanigans? I guess we're going in here. Un3. Talk.
Peace to you, stranger. What is your name?
You're German. Good Morgen, mein Freund. My name is Wolfgang. May I ask yours? I served the king of the Valandians for generations. Can you tell me anything about the Battle of Pendrick? Yes, I was tasked by Durthert with command of the crossbowmen. Our knights spotted a mass of Aserai light infantry spread across a valley and charged them, but they weren't ready to meet the onslaught and were routed. But then a bunch of Khuzaits showed up and kept their distance, giving the knights a hard time, shooting their horses out from under them. That's when we showed up. It was just us fighting the horse archers. We were winning. A man on foot can shoot as well or better than a man on horseback, all things being equal. And there were a lot more of us, so they started to go down and galloped off. The knights, of course, pursued, and that's when the problems started. Imperial cataphracts showed up, armored head to foot, and their horses too. So they just ignored our shooting and tore right through us. I was swept away in the retreat and saw no more of the battle. King Durthart had a good enough plan but the barons, Ingathar, Aldrich, and that lot ignored him as they always do. Thank you. There's her.
Well now,
well.
stranger. Peace to you. What is your name?
Wolfgang, and you're definitely German. Oh, we received our title from the Emperor Vortus himself. Not that he had much choice about it, as he was held captive in one of our raiding ships at the time, but I'm sure he recognized the nobility of our blood. Do we try it? I think not. Not yet, at least. That would go poorly. I'm no genius, but I see a losing fight. Oh yeah, now we're rocking and a-rolling. Now we can get this... Now we can get this whole shtick moving. Oh, that's hot. Fluted helmet with faceplate. Oh, that's hot. It's also expensive, but man, does it look good. Come here, leather. Come here, steel. Reinforced. Reinforcement mitts. I could get cool boots. Rock and roll McDonald's. That will be worth it. Now, if we can get this army of 47 dudes trained up, we can begin our brutal but very worth it fight with the Aserai. Yeah, I know, there's a lot going on. Oh, that's what snow affects. I go slower. Never mind, snow does mean something. I forgot. It makes me go slow. I'm paying a lot of money. Good thing we have a lot of money. I'm gonna keep my mule this time. Alright. We need cash. So we're gonna go fight. And these men need to prove themselves. Easiest way to do both of that, we're gonna go fight Sea Raiders. Yeah, see, like, there's caravans of 50 dudes, and we can't take 50 dudes. We can take a couple of guys, but we cannot take 50 dudes. So we're gonna go back into Hell's Pass and fight dudes.
We're just armed.
I think not. I was kind of hoping we'd get caught in a death stack, because that'd work out to our favor now. Did he really? You really got stuck on a tree, huh? Get over here. There's my spear. Come here, you. You are gonna have issues. Yeah. This is way more effective. Oh, because I can actually, like, couch it. Hold on. There we go. Only got one guy wounded. That's awesome. Indian Royal Bowman. That's pretty decent. Grab all of that. I like the look of my things better. Keep that. That's all we need. So these are Battanians. I leveled up. I'm gonna invest in more athletics because I'm getting heavy armor. Yeah, let's get in a big fight. Let's go.
We're just
Big fight.
harnessed.
No, you're not. Big fight, big fight, big fight.
Everyone,
I need my guys to prove that they're worth something. I mean, the cavalry's already doing their job way more effectively than I would have anticipated at that. This is a way better weapon. This horse is everything we've got now is actually pretty good. Now I'll let the infantry clean them up so they get levels. Actually, I'm gonna need a lot more of the, whatchamacallits. The expensive horsey guys. He didn't use my expensive horsey, though, did he? Oh, thank God. I would have tweaked. Not that I can do much, but I would have actually been, like, in shock. Movement speed. I'm taking that any day. Sea Raiders are where the money is. They have expensive armor.
Everyone, kill them all!
Now, hopefully that brand new cavalryman doesn't immediately get himself killed. Yeah, this is a couch lance. Now if I touch anybody with the end of the spear, they're a dead man. Like that guy. Ow! Ow! Fucking harpoons. They got spears! That's my one weakness. Spears are my one weakness. It's the only thing that actually does anything to cavalry. Good God! Oh, I'm getting stabbed out the ass. Kill him! Smash him! Dash him! Skin him alive! Get him! Oh yeah. We're doing work. We're gonna make so much money off of this when we go sell it. It's gonna be crazy. We're gonna be like genuinely rich. We're gonna be crazy rich, boys.
We're not looking for a fight.
Then die. Then you will die.
Everyone attack!
As you can tell, the cavalry's rapidly expanding, and that's exactly what we need. Every one of those guys we kill with the cool helmet is like another 20k. I'm a headhunter. Ow! I killed all the cool dudes, I'm leaving. We made money, we gotta get out of here. We're not gaining as much renown as we once did. I think people are catching on that I'm really good at killing the random criminals that are just wandering. Alright, now let's go bankrupt the city. Ostison. This target is super ya. What a great day. This is gonna be a lot of cash. Oh yeah. Now we can afford some cool stuff. Oh, he doesn't even have enough money? That's not better. That's not better. That's not better. I want those mules back. Does anywhere have enough money to purchase my helmets? We've made too much money. There, now I have an actual, like, nice horse. Should be able to get a nice helmet, too. Yeah, I don't really like the look of this helmet. I don't know what you guys think, but once it loads, it just looks big. I mean, it's definitely, like, Warhammer-ish. It looks like a Warhammer helmet. But I'm not really sold on it. But I'm not really sold on it. Yeah, we're definitely moving up in the world. I can definitely invest in my kit now. We're gonna kill these guys just for shits and giggles. This time I actually want to hold.
Move!
I do want to hold.
Infantry! Form a wall! Archers! Move!
Because those guys with the longbow should be able to hit them. Because if this works out, then we can, or if we can get these guys leveled up, we're definitely going to be in a position to, go start raiding the Aserai.
Attack!
They didn't stand a chance. It's gonna be a lot of money when I ransom these guys at Oxhall. Not as much as I figured. Actually, what do you have in the helmet department? Not digging it. Now that's a look. It's a look I like. Ooh. Don't look! He was in his undies. Adorned. Way more. Get nice. Starting to look pretty fancy. Pretty fancy schmancy. I do want to see if we can get a better chest armor. So that's where pretty much all of the damage comes in, is getting hit in the gut. Interesting. There's not really much out there right now. Wow. It's really stepping up around
Yeah?
here.
What do you want with...
You're gonna die.
Charge!
We got some boys to level up. Get my lance down. And I get to try out my new horse. That guy just got slammed. Don't let him run. Kill him. Kill him dead. That's what we're talking about. keep them down. What did I level up? Nothing. Let's go for the scouting wouldn't hurt. Let's go to Gayland. We need to find a decent infantry commander. That's what we need. I'm gonna assume that this guy is a decent
Yours is
infantry
not a
commander.
face I know. What is your name, stranger?
Oh yeah. Let's get right to business. I could use some. You're a lucky man. Welcome to the Warband. And it's better than yours. And that's better than yours. Look at him. He's a real trooper. A real man of the line. He's gonna be our infantry commander, and I'll be the cavalry commander.
Good to see you. Believe it or not, I mean that. I've been looking for you. Calm down now. We found your little brother and sister. But my former partner betrayed me. We came into his camp to negotiate the kid's release, and he seized us right then and there. What scum, eh? Even in this profession, double-crossing your comrades is frowned upon. I escaped. One of his men, a little guiltier than the rest, cut my bonds when the others were sleeping. But I can't let a traitor live, so I decided to find you and offer you a deal.
Let's hear it.
I know where he is now. If you agree, we can attack together and save your kin. But in return, I will have the pleasure of killing that bastard. So what do you say? You can't trust me, but you need me. And I figure you have enough men that you could easily slit my throat pretty quickly if I lead you into a trap. And I don't need to trust you. You're my vehicle of revenge, not my partner.
I can live with that.
Splendid. But I have a few things to do. There is a hideout near this city. He keeps your siblings there. I will join you right where the path leads up, just out of the sight of their scouts.
Let's go do that.
Ah, of course.
Let's go kill this guy. Got no issue with it. I find no qualms with it. Oh my lord, eh? Only it didn't cost 41,000. That would be well worth. But I will be taking this one. So where's this hideout that I'm gonna burn? There it is.
You finally arrived! I have a few things to say before we attack. We have to be clever. He is a cunning fellow in a low and base kind of way.
I've defeated you. I know how your gang operates. Let's talk more. Less talk, more raiding.
That you did. That you did.
We wait till night, and then we go in and kill them all. Slaughter them in their sleep. We will take Edvin Bloodaxe and all of my Swadian men at Sergeant at Arms. Because those guys are like my shock troops. Yeah, look at this. These are real men. Well, boys, let's give it to them.
Your skull!
You can try. We're gonna kill every last man in this camp. Ah, I've got a shield. Haha, there's a tree there, fool. There's one. These men chose the wrong individual to mess with. Alright, now send out the leader. There he is.
Bastards! You're the kid of my captives, right? I saw Radagos with ya. You know he can't be trusted. Nah, there's no more talking. Kill me or I'll kill you. That's how this ends. I'll do you the honor of dueling ya, and my men will stand down if you win.
I will actually duel this one. Mainly because he sucks. I was gonna start killing him. Capture all those guys. You're all going into the slave market. And all of this stuff. Look, we can talk. I'll give you a pouch of silver. You said talking was a waste of time. You're Radagos' property now. Ooh!
I knew
The
you'd
fun
come.
part.
Great Evan. Damn, brother. Nothing can stop you. I love you, brother.
So glad to see you safe. Is everyone okay?
Yes, we are all fine. The little ones are scared, but fine. We need to be quick and get the hell out of this place. I'll take them to the nearest fortress immediately. They will be safe there. Meet me there later, when you're ready to tell me everything.
Okay, brother. Be careful. Take care.
Well, looks like we've gotten your kin back to you. So my end of our deal is complete. Don't let your conscience bother you about letting me go, by the way. I won't get back into slaving. Burned too many bridges with my old colleagues, you might say. I'll find some other way to earn my keep. Mercenary work, perhaps. Anyway, maybe our paths will cross again.
Maybe. Goodbye, Radagos. I would kill him, but he did come out in the end. And he did execute that guy, which is pretty badass. So, I think he deserves the right to walk. What's going on in the arena? They're doing another warhorse. And now... swing speed, and we're taking that armor. Armor weighs 15% less, which is huge. Look at that. We have so much armor now. Yeah, our body armor's not bad. We can do some serious mercenary work now. But it has been about 3 hours, give or take. I believe we will leave it off here. I should have a video out between now and the next stream. And the next stream will be Minecraft Legends, and then Sunday we're coming back to this and we'll pick up right where we left off. So, I thank everybody for coming. I hope you all enjoyed this. And as always, take care and good night.